Greetings, this is Dr. Jess Armine, and this is a little video on live blood cell analysis, and is it for me? Why should you consider live blood cell analysis? Well, if you're still feeling poorly despite your practitioner's best efforts, if all the tests that you've had are unrevealing or worse, you're told they're negative, and you've gotten to the point with the chronic illness that you're being told it's just in your head, then live blood cell analysis may hold answers for you. It's a really very simple procedure, but through the use of a simple microscope with a digital camera, a trained practitioner can see the health of your cells and various pathologies. Yes, you can actually see the pathologies in the cells. You can see things like parasites and you can see things like spirochetes. You can see the health of the cells. The point is, you can actually see what's wrong. I think we should pause here and talk a little bit about the importance of the cell. The fact is that all of life happens within the confines of a cell. We sometimes think of detoxification happening elsewhere, methylation happening elsewhere, mitochondrial function happening elsewhere, but in fact, all of these vital life processes happen within the confines of the cell. And what most practitioners don't pay attention to is the integrity of the cell wall, which you're seeing on the bottom there. And to prove that a cell is the most important thing going is that, let's face it, when you put cells together, what do you have? Tissues. When you put tissues together, what do you have? Organs. When you put organs together that are performing a function together for a life, you have a body. And let's face it, people, if the cells don't work, nothing works. It's sort of like if mom's not happy, nobody's happy. With live blood cell analysis and special nutrient solutions, I can show you what is actually occurring inside this, in the intracellular or inside the cell environment. This knowledge will allow myself or another practitioner to heal your cells, which is to say to heal your body. And this is just an example of where you see a lot of acidity, and by giving the nutrient solution, the cells took up the nutrient solution and started separating and they became healthier. You can actually see that under the microscope. And the pathologies. What can you see with live blood cell analysis pathology-wise? Well, first thing you can see is something called Rollet, which is those stacking of the cells that you're seeing. And on the bottom right-hand side, you're seeing the cells being very, very, very tight. And this tells you about how toxic the environment is or how acidic the environment is. Okay, it doesn't tell you what's going on inside, whether that's going inside or outside the cells, but that's why you do the other provocative testing. You can see parasites, and you can see where the arrow, you see those dots inside the cells. Those are parasites. This is from a 10-year-old boy who had Lyme and chronic fatigue, or ME. And this is another example of how you can see intracellular parasites where those arrows are pointing. You see little structures inside the cells, and those are parasites. The reason I'm pointing out parasites is because parasites are the most underdiagnosed pathologies in the world today. Worse than Lyme disease, worse than anything else you can think of. They cause the most damage, and they are the most difficult to diagnose with standardized testing. But if you can treat them properly and identify them properly under the live blood cell analysis microscope. You're seeing here pointing at something called an L-form bacteria, so you can see bacteria. And you can see many, many more things under the microscope. You can see yeast in its various forms. You can see spirochetes, which are indicated in Lyme disease. You can see oxalate crystals and many other crystals, but the oxalate crystals are indicated in autism. And if you're under care, you can do progressive live blood cell analyses like 3 months apart, and you can monitor the efficacy of the treatment so you can tell if it's successful or not. So, how can you get this valuable procedure done? For my upcoming trip to UK in September, I will be in Glasgow and in Herefordshire. Okay, and there are appointments. that you can schedule to have this particular procedure done. And you can contact carol@itteacher.co.uk or the telephone number that you see. Also, I've trained several UK and Australian practitioners in this particular procedure. Okay, and if you'd like to know if there's somebody near you who does it well, okay, you can contact me at that particular email address and give me your location, and I'll look at my list and send you the name of somebody who I consider competent in this area. If your practitioner would like to learn how to do this procedure, I am doing a live blood cell analysis practitioner training course on the 23rd and 24th of September in Glasgow. And again, you can contact Carol at carol@itteacher.co.uk or the particular phone number that you see, or you can watch the following video for more information about the course. The course is just for practitioners, and I limit it to about 12 participants each time I teach it so that they get the best of instruction, and thereby you get the best of care. If you have been unsure about what's going on, if you've been told it's in your head, if you're still sick despite massive effort by your practitioners and you're completely frustrated and you'd like to see what's going on, live blood cell analysis is for you. This is Dr. Jess Armine. Hope to see you soon.